Hello everybody and welcome to my Time at Portia, and today we are going to be doing a cooking episode. Woohoo! So I've got a few recipes that I want to show you guys. I've got a chest here ready for everything, but I've got most of my ingredients in my inventory, as you can see there. So I'm going to start off with the very basic Tasteless Broth, which restores stamina. Can be made out of meat or lobster meat. I have meat at the moment. And you will also need a spicy agent, which will be something along the lines of ginger or peppers or something like that. Or you can use a salt, or you can use a sugar. Now I have salt at the moment. I may actually, thinking about it, need to pop over quickly to Sophie's and grab some sugar before we properly start. So anyway, back to this. So the cooking pot. The first thing we can make is tasteless broth, and I'm going to make that. I'm actually going to use meat and salt for it. So actually I'll move that wood and those cookies out of the way. And the dough. So meat and salt. And it's just one of each, and it will just restore you 15 stamina. So it's probably about as good, maybe not as good as grilled meat. I'm not really sure actually. So there we are, we put in one meat, one salt, and we should get out a tasteless broth, if I am correct about my assertions here. Yes, we did, we got tasteless broth. So the next thing I want to do is, it's another meat recipe, and this time I'm going to need some kind of vegetable. So we'll take that out of there. And I've got my meat, and here we are, roasted meat is like grilled meat, so that's HP of 15 per second and lasts 5 seconds, whereas tasteless broth is actually stamina. So you don't have too many stamina recipes in this, so it's good to know that you've got that one at the cooking station. Even if you just have a big massive load of stacks of meat, buy a few bits of salt off Sophie and you can get these. So, oh yeah, vegetables. Probably we can try a pumpkin, or we can try one of these potato fruit. I think I'm going to try a potato fruit. Potato fruit do count as a vegetable, just in case any of you wondered. And if I put one meat and one vegetable together, we will get a soup called Meatball and Vegetable Soup. And that will restore 30 hit points. So if we have a look at that one, that's 30 hit points. And considering that's just a vegetable that you can just grow in your garden for free for seeds that you pick up off the ground, and some meat that you'll just get from killing llamas or going in the ruins or whatever, wherever you get your meat from, that's not bad. That's about the same as, is it a cup of tea? It's a little bit better than a cup of tea. So that's not too bad at all. Okay, so next we are going to make delicious roast ribs. This time we're going to need some fruit. This will be the first one we do that has 3 different ingredients in it. So we can use a cactus fruit. I expect we can use apples, I'm going to use apricots though, because we have so many apricots, it's not even funny right now. So, meat, apricot, oh no, and another meat, and salt. I'm gonna muck it up, oh no! Wasted food, okay, we'll try that one again. So salt, meat, fruit. I started to panic then. I was like, oh no. This should be better. This should be better now. So this one is a delicious roasted ribs. So let's see what delicious roasted ribs do. You can still restore 1 stamina from a wasted food, so I'll probably just eat it, honestly. Right, so the delicious roast ribs, where did they go? Inventory is too full. There they are. So they restore 3% of your maximum stamina, and they restore 5 stamina on top of it. So they are actually not as good, I wouldn't say, as dried apples. But dried apples do take a long time, so if you want something that's like a percentage of your stamina, if you're like me, you're a very high level character, that would be a good one for you. So the next one we're going to do is we're going to make roast pork with honey. Now this one is exactly the same as the delicious roast ribs, but instead of salt, you put in sugar. So I'm going to put 2 meat in, sugar, and fruit. And hopefully that should be... Honestly, sometimes you run out of time to put the ingredients in. So that's roast pork and honey. And on this one is kind of in between the paste and the ointment, the ointment patch thing. So wherever it's gone, I'm gonna have to put some of these away eventually. So it restores 60 hit points. That's not too bad at all. Okay, so the next one I'm going to show you is a meat and mushroom stew. Assuming I have some mushrooms. I should have some red mushrooms. Yes, I do. So it's red mushrooms. Vegetables. So we'll get the old potato fruit out again. Meat and salt. You can use salt or you can use spicy agents. So you can use... But I'm not going to use the ginger and stuff like that unless I absolutely have to. So it's a red mushroom... Meat or lobster meat. Generally, lobster meat seems to be fairly interchangeable with meat in a lot of these recipes. Not always, but quite often. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put away some of these cooked ones. Just so I've got some inventory space. So we've got that one, that one. We have roasted meat. I don't know. I had that from earlier anyway. That one was made... And that one. So far we've got roast pork, delicious roast ribs, tasteless broth, and meatball and vegetable soup. So the meat and mushroom soup, we're going to need some salt in the inventory, aren't we, actually? Get some salt back in there. So that's 4 ingredients. So when you get to like 4 ingredients, it does get a little bit... You have to be a bit quick. That's what I didn't do last time. I wasn't quick enough. Hopefully I got that right. I think I may have done that wrong. Meatball and vegetable soup again. Oops. That wasn't what I was going for. I think I did that wrong. So we'll try again. So it should be meat, mushroom, and salt. Oh, I put a vegetable into it. That's why. So meat, mushroom, and salt. And that's it. That's it. Nothing else, Sheila. Just that. And with that, we have meat and mushroom stew. Oh yeah, that's what we wanted, meat and mushroom stew. So this one, meat and mushroom stew, wherever it is, there we are. That restores 50 health and also restores 8 stamina at the same time. So that's pretty awesome. Okay, so next on my big list is just stewed mushrooms. So for that, it's just the same as meat and mushroom stew, but instead of meat, you're using a vegetable, which is what I tried to do last time, somehow. So, we're going to put in a mushroom, we're going to put in some salt, and we're going to put in a potato fruit. And that should give us... stewed mushrooms. Yep, it was right. Good, good, good. So stewed mushrooms, if we have a little look at them, they give 15% to max health points and 5% to max stamina. So if you really needed some nice food to take into a dungeon with you, that might be a nice one. Mushrooms on their own do restore 32 hit points. So anything made with mushrooms seems to be pretty good at restoring health. And again, I'm just going to pop over here. We're actually going to put all the cooked foods, in fact, even the ones I bought off Martha and the apple juice and things like that, into this chest. With my cooked food chest. I'll probably move it somewhere else, but I think I will keep a cooked food chest, especially once I've done all of this cooking, you know, having all these nice things to eat. It's pretty cool. I'll put the wasted food in there as well. I don't need that on my hotbar, certainly. See, I haven't found... I don't know if palm jujubes count. I guess they count as fruit, so they're just something you can get just from having fruit. Oh, look at all those planks that got made already. Wow, cool. Anyway, next on the list is classic spaghetti with meat sauce. Now this one, I believe, I'm not sure, but I do believe might be someone's sort of specialty food item that they like to eat. So I'm pretty sure that one of the spaghetti recipes was on my list there. So let's get some flour. So this is the first recipe that we've had that uses any flour. It's flour, meat, and mushrooms. I suppose that's kind of what goes into spaghetti bolognese in a way, isn't it? We've got some minced beef, some mushrooms, and then the pasta is made out of flour. Usually some tomato going there. So that's classic spaghetti with meat sauce. And if you want to have that with hot sauce instead, then you swap the mushroom out. And actually you can put mushroom or seaweed or milk or an egg. So there's a lot of different things you can put. I just so happened to have a mushroom on my hotbar at the time. So I'll need to pop up to the tree farm and see if I can find some more soon. But anyway, if you want it to be a hot spaghetti, then you put in the flour. And you put in the meat, but you need a spicy agent. So let's say put in a chili pepper instead. So meat, mushroom, chili pepper. And that will then give you spaghetti with hot sauce, hopefully. Oh, no, it gives you meat and mushroom stew, so I've done something wrong there. Flour, meat, spicy agent. I'm sure that's what I did, but I probably did something wrong. Probably put salt in it or something stupid. So let's try again. Flour, meat, spicy agent, chili pepper. And we'll see if it does it this time or whether we end up with... At least I'm getting food out of it though. Spaghetti with hot sauce, that's better. I did something wrong there. You can use ginger instead of chili peppers, but I kind of think, for kind of roleplay reasons, I feel like chili peppers would make spaghetti with hot sauce better than ginger. Ginger's more like for Chinese meals. Okay, so next we're going to do a little bit of basically baking. So we're going to need egg, milk, and fruit. Egg, milk, and the old apricots again. So if I put an egg in there, I put some milk in there, and I put an apricot in there, then we will get a surprise. Oh, a fruit tart. So that is the fruit tarts that Martha makes. So we're just going to put a few things away. So we've already got fruit tarts, and we know that they are critical chance of 15% for 60 seconds. So that'll make you do a bit more critical hit damage, which is fantastic. So I'm going to put a few of these things away. My spaghettis and hot sauces and my classic spaghettis and my fruit pies and wow, all sorts of cool stuff. I don't really know so far which one I think is best, but it's nice to have a good range, isn't it? Come to She Labs for dinner. Okay. So then we can also make a mushroom crepe with fruit sauce. That is apple, a mushroom, and 2 flour. So we've already got... No, we did already have the flour. Apple. Make sure they're not aroma apples. I don't know, aroma apples will probably work, but just in case they don't. So it's flour, apple, and a red mushroom. Have we used all the red mushrooms up? I think we have. That's a shaggy mane mushroom. I don't know if that would still work. Might need to leave that one be. So mushroom crepe with fruit sauce is 2 flour, 1 apple, and a red mushroom. Okay, but we don't have enough red mushrooms left. I maybe should have substituted in some of the ones where mushroom could be... Well, we needed mushroom. The only really one that I didn't have to use mushroom for was spaghetti with meat sauce. But oh well, never mind. So the next one after that is pumpkin shrimp soup. Now this one we actually need lobster meat for. And I haven't had lobster meat in a while, I don't think. So let me just double check some of my other chests, like my fish chest and stuff like that. Make sure I haven't been putting lobster meat in there. But for the longest time, I didn't know what to do with lobster meat. It really didn't seem to be a thing. So no. So if you want pumpkin steamed soup, I will tell you the recipe. You need to get lobster meat and you need to put it in with a pumpkin, but no other vegetables. Oh, right. You need to put one pumpkin in and then you need to have a different vegetable. So you can't put 2 pumpkins and a lobster meat in. You have to have like pumpkin, potato, fruit and lobster meat or something like that. Whee! I have been saving up these ingredients for quite a while to try and show you guys these things. So anyway, the next one we're going to try is pumpkin steamed rice. So we're going to need to get a pumpkin. Hiya, good morning. A pumpkin. Some rice, which we just bought. And then a different ingredient that is not meat or lobster meat. And we could use, I think we'll use a potato fruit for that because we have a lot of them and I don't want to. Or I could use an apricot actually because we have loads of those. Okay, so let's try this. Pumpkin steamed rice is going to be rice, pumpkin and apricot we're going to use. Rice, pumpkin, apricots. Did I put the apricot in? I can't remember. That might go wrong because I couldn't see whether I'd put the apricot in or not. Fingers crossed though. Pumpkin steamed rice. Yay! And let's see what that does. That gives 22 stamina. Which is not bad because you can get a lot of pumpkins and the rice wasn't that expensive. So next we're going to do bamboo papaya with egg on top. Now this I believe is also a loved gift from some people. I can't remember who, but I'm going to look them up and give this to them later, I think. So it's bamboo papaya, egg and salt. And you'll get bamboo papaya with egg on top. So bamboo papaya, egg, and salt. Bamboo papaya with egg on top. I can't say that. Okay, so let's pop into the box a second. And we're going to just put all these things away again. So look at this. It looks like a little shop of beautiful cooking recipes. So nice. Okay. And our next thing. Okay, so the next thing on my list is a seaweed burrito. So that's another thing that I am missing. I'm missing mushroom, seaweed and lobster meat at the moment. So if you happen to be able to make seaweed, you can use a snakeberry, flour, coriander and a seaweed to make a seaweed burrito. And that will give you plus 2% of your HP back per second for 30 seconds, which is quite useful. I believe you might be able to buy seaweed burritos from Martha as well. Because I haven't had much seagrass and that's not how you make your seaweed, so it's a bit weird. Anyway, milk, rice, sugar and 2 lobster meat will make you shrimp and cheese on rice. Even though, I guess the milk, it's assuming maybe that you're making cheese out of the milk. So I can't do that because I don't have the ingredients for it. The next one is then a bladefish mushroom soup. Again, I'm missing mushrooms, so I can't do that. That's a bladefish, red mushroom, bamboo papaya and rice. Ooh, layered carrot. Now that is something I can buy from Sophie, I think. I'm just going to check because I thought I had bought everything I could off her. I'm sure they said a layered carrot was from Sophie's ranch. I have been looking all this stuff up just to try and give you as much information as I can because there's only so much information that you can get on your own really. So it did say that a layered carrot was something you could buy from Sophie, but I don't think you can. So we can't make that one either. That's fine. And that would be golden rad. I'll tell you the recipe anyway while we're running back. So that would be a golden radish soup. It would restore 20% of your max stamina. So that's actually better than dried apples. And for that, you'd need a golden salmon, ginger, a layered carrot, and honey. Now, I don't even know if honey is in the game yet. I certainly haven't seen it. So I don't know where that would come from. If we have frogfish, sugar, and spice. Let's see if we have any frogfish. We might not have enough. No, we don't have frogfish. If you have 2 frogfish and you mix it with a sugar and a spice, you will make caviar, which will restore 30% of your max health and 10% of your maximum stamina, which is pretty cool. We can make seafood paella though. I've got catfish in my inventory already. Oh yeah, I do. Okay, we'll use catfish because that's what I have the most of from when I was fishing for rusty pipes. Or I could just cook some salt. You know what? I'm just going to cook the salt and it'll just be wasted food. That was silly of me, wasn't it? Okay, never mind. So we need a catfish. We need 2 rice. Then we need 1 bamboo papaya, which we have. So fish. Oh, take the wasted food out, sorry. Fish. Rice. Rice. Papaya. And then we should have our paella. Nom nom nom. So we'll have a look at the stats on that quickly. So seafood paella, 3% HP per second for 10 seconds, which is actually quite useful. When you're in a fight and you're wanting your health to come up gradually, that's actually a really useful thing to have. So next we are going to look for, now, I have never found cumin yet. Apparently, you can make a smoked fish roll with 2 catfish or 2 golden salmon, a cumin and a salt. I don't know, I haven't found cumin yet. I've only found ginger, coriander, bamboo papaya, cinnamon. Not found any cumin. I don't know if there's maybe some trees in the desert that might give you that. Possibly. So. Ooh, it says fish porridge. A fish, a spicy agent, or a spice, or a salt, or a sugar. And then 1 different ingredient, but it says be aware with other recipes that use fish. So we'll try using... why don't we try using an apricot as our other thing? I don't think there's any other fish recipes that use an apricot or a fruit, as far as I'm aware so far. So fish porridge... Restores 5% max stamina, 15% stamina. No, it doesn't. 15 stamina, not 15%. So it's a fish. A spicy agent. So we're actually going to use ginger this time, I think. Oh, hang on. No, you can just use salt. If I can use salt and get away with not using my ginger, I will do that instead. So fish, salt, and a different ingredient. So we'll try fish, apricot, and salt. And see if that works. And it's 1 of each, isn't it? Yes. So, salt and apricot, and see if we end up with a fish porridge. I think we should do. Oh, fish head stewed in soy sauce. Ah, fish, salt, and sugar. Okay, so we won't do that. And they're like, oh yeah, totally, we're not going to be like making another fish recipe. How about we try a vegetable instead? How about we try fish, pumpkin, and salt? So yeah, you guys, fish head stewed in soy sauce gives you 15 defense for 30 seconds, which is pretty cool. Oh no, I was too busy explaining. We've got wasted food. Okay, we'll try again. Fish, pumpkin, salt. We will make this fish porridge, darn it. Yay, fish porridge. There we go. Okay, so we can make seafood noodles out of fish, flour and spice. So let's get the flour and spice out. So, by spice, I imagine they mean a spicy agent, but that could be wrong. So I'll try it and we'll see if we end up with wasted food. Sometimes wikis could be a little unclear. So we'll try fish, ginger and flour and see if we end up with seafood noodles. I hope we do. If we don't, then spice is something different. No, we ended up with fish porridge. So spice must be something slightly different. There must be something there that is spice. Not sure on that one. I'll have to come back to you in another episode or in the comments about what spice is. I may just pop a comment down below about I'll go and look up what actually is spice. Why do we need spice? Because until I tried that, I didn't know that it wasn't just a spicy agent. So we've kind of wasted a bit of ginger there, but never mind. We'll have to find out where spice comes from, and as I say, I'll let you know. So anything with spice in we can't really make at the moment. Bubblefish soup, we don't have any bubblefish. Golden salmon, rice and spice. We'll make salmon fried rice. Creamy salmon stew. We should be able to make that, I think. So we need to go and find ourselves a golden salmon. Hopefully I still have one. Yeah, I've got a couple left. That's good. So we've got golden salmon, milk, spice, salt or sugar. So we'll maybe use sugar for it. We've got quite a bit of sugar left and we don't have as much salt. So we'll go with golden salmon, sugar and milk. Creamy salmon stew. So let's have a look at creamy salmon stew and see what we get from that. So that is 18% of your max HP. That's not too bad at all. Okay, so now then it's spicy fish soup. So you can use a banner fish or a blade fish for this. I do not know whether I have either. Oh, I've got some banner fish. Okay, so we can use a banner fish, salt and a spicy agent. Banner fish, salt, and a spicy agent. I think Darwa from the tree farm quite likes this one. I'll use chilies because we can get them all the time up in the desert there. I might be visiting the desert pretty soon. I think we need a desert exploration episode. So hopefully a banner fish, a salt, and a chili pepper should be good enough for this one. And that is spicy fish soup. Yay. So spicy fish soup. Where did it go? It's in one of those little... I love these, by the way. I think they're such sweet little soup containers. So 7% of your maximum stamina and 20%... Sorry, and 20 stamina on top of it. Very good early game. When you get into later game and you have more stamina overall, you want to look for these percentage of max stamina things to eat. But when you're early game, you don't have so much stamina. 20 stamina could well be 10% of your stamina gain. So for me, that would restore probably about 50 stamina, something around those. And obviously the higher your stamina, the more that's going to go up. Right, so we've done that one, spicy fish soup. A fish and a different ingredient will give you seafood stew. So I'll try a fish and a pumpkin. I'll try catfish because I don't want to use all the banner fish. And we'll try a pumpkin because I have lots of pumpkins. Oh, we could try an apricot because I have 1,000,000 apricots. Not quite 1,000,000, but I've got 200 of them. So try a catfish and an apricot. And that apparently increases your critical hit. Wasted food. Ah. I don't know about seafood stew mix. Oh, 4 different ingredients. Right. Sorry, I got that wrong. So let's get us some things that we've got loads of. So apricot, we're going to get a potato fruit, some pumpkin. What else can we get easily? And some coriander. Let's try that. Let's see if that works. So, fish, apricot, potato fruit, pumpkin, coriander. Cool, it's hard to get all those in. Gee, let's see if that works. Seafood stew mix. So that definitely works. So if you use a fish, an apricot, a potato fruit, a pumpkin, and some coriander, that will work for seafood stew mix. So spicy stew mix is a spicy agent with 4 different ingredients. So let's change that fish over for a spicy agent. So we'll maybe have some ginger. So ginger, apricot, potato fruit, pumpkin, coriander. Oh, nearly didn't make it that time. So we'll see if that gives us our spicy stew mix. It does. So let's have a look at the properties of these, because I've not done the fish stew and the spice. So the spicy stew gives you attack plus 10 for 180 seconds. And the seafood stew mix, it should be in a little bowl like that. There we are. That one gives you 10% critical for 180 seconds. So they're very long lasting and they'd be good for a long boss fight. So let's put some of these away. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom. So we've got a good inventory full of all loads of lovely food now, haven't we? Look at that. So nice. Yum, 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 yum. So then we've got salty stew mix, and that is actually the last one on my list then. So that's going to be the end of the cooking tutorial, and good job because it's getting really late. So this one is salt, apricot, potato fruit, pumpkin, coriander. Again, you can use different ingredients for this as long as you don't use like sugar for the salty one. You don't use sugar, salt or spicy agent for the seafood one, or sugar and salt for the spicy one. Salty stew mix. So what does salty stew mix give us? Salty stew mix gives us half a stamina per second and hit points of 1 per second for 30 seconds. So not the greatest in the world, but you know, useful. So there we are. So this is all I can make at the moment. There are a couple of recipes, as I say, I couldn't make just because I didn't have the ingredients to hand, but hopefully if you guys do want to make those and you do happen to have the ingredients, you can still, you know, I did read them out, so hopefully you can still see them. All of these recipes that I have read out on this episode can be found on the wiki, and thank you very much to all of the wiki contributors for adding those to the wiki so that people can do the cooking, because there really isn't much in the way of recipe books or anything like that in My Time at Portia. So having something on the wiki where people can just go and look up, move the camera out of the way there, having something on the wiki where people can just look up what they need to do to do the cooking is really, really incredibly useful. So I hope you guys found this useful and informative, and you enjoyed the recipes and you will use them in your games. And I really hope you enjoyed the episode. And if you did, then please do leave me a like below. And if you'd like to see more My Time at Portia, then please do subscribe to the channel. I hope to see you next time. But in the meantime, please look after yourselves and keep being awesome.